Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. Are you stuck in the corporate rat race, worrying about layoffs, and longing to take control of your destiny? This is the place for frustrated executives like you who want to escape the grind, live life on your own terms, and build wealth. Whether you're ready to make a full transition into franchise ownership or want to start building a side business along your corporate job, Pete guides you every step of the way. He'll talk about how to create career and income security, diversify your assets and income, and live life on your own terms. Your path to controlling your own destiny starts now.
Welcome to the Hire Yourself podcast. My name is Pete Gilfill, and I am an entrepreneur. I am the international best-selling author of the book Hire Yourself. I'm a nationally recognized franchise consultant, and I am a proud corporate escapee. My mission in life is to help executives take control of their destiny, live life with their own terms, and certainly build wealth. And today, what I wanted to do is answer a question. People always ask me, Pete, how do I fund a business? If I do find a franchise, how do I fund that business? It's a lot of money to invest in a franchise. And yes, the investment range can be significant. It can be a smaller investment. It can be a larger investment. It really depends on what type of business you have. Fortunately, the answer to your question is there are many different resources or combinations of resources that you can utilize when we look to fund a franchise business. So I thought what we'd do is we would kind of talk a little bit about the different sources and then also maybe use an example of how we could essentially leverage this capital to fund our business or leverage the different funding sources to scale multiple units or multiple locations. All right, so let's talk about this. I always kind of affectionately think of this as the funding wheel. So when we talk about franchising, investing in a franchise, there is also a resource called the SBA or Small Business Administration loan. This isn't a loan that's being offered by the Small Business Administration. It's a loan that is basically from a financial institution. Think of Fidelity or Citibank or whatever it may be. It is a loan that you're taking out, a business loan, and the Small Business Administration is guaranteeing that loan for that financial institution. And generally speaking, you are going to pay a rate of prime plus a couple points. You're going to pay origination fees, closing fees from that standpoint. So this is not cheap money because it is involved or kind of sponsored by the government in terms of the SBA watching over these or for lack of better terms, guaranteeing it for the financial institution, there is more paperwork. It just takes time to get an SBA loan. And there are qualifications where if you've got too much liquid capital, you will not qualify for an SBA loan. But people use SBA loans all the time. It is a very good resource. There are traditional loans out there, very similar to an SBA loan. It is it is a variable rate, so it's prime plus a couple points. Generally speaking, when we think about a traditional loan, this is something that you usually have to have experience in the industry, or it has to be an existing business. So we don't see a lot of people using a traditional loan, at least starting out. Some franchise companies will actually provide in-house financing or have set up third-party financing for their franchisees. So this is nice. It's a good resource from that standpoint. A lot of people use equity in their home. It's one of our biggest assets. In many cases, those assets are frozen. They're kind of captured in there. And so through a home equity line, you can tap into that equity and use it to help capitalize your business. And then there are some people that use friends and family money where, parents will set up their kids or parents will sponsor, say, an uncle or bottom line is it can be about anybody in your family can help set you up. There are outside investors. And there are also a lot of people that are leveraging the retirement dollars. Believe it or not, you can actually use your IRA, your 401k to invest in a franchise in a tax compliant way. It has to be done through a set process, but it can be done so that instead of your investments being in stocks and bonds, your retirement account is actually investing in your business. Yes, your retirement account owns your business. Yes, you actually work for your retirement account. It's pretty crazy, but it is a great technique. There is also, if you have a equity account like Fidelity, portfolio, asset portfolio, you can always take a line against that And it's nice. It's a great way to, again, tap or leverage your available capital. Now, as we're talking about this, there are many different ways in which we can basically leverage our capital. And I want to give you an example. So as we think about these, let's say that you decide that you're going to invest in 3 franchise concepts and you're going to open those up over a period of time. And so when it comes time to fund the first franchise concept, and we'll just use the example of $300,000. So the first location to get it open is going to be a $300,000 investment. And you're going to take $90,000 of your cash and you're going to do an SBA loan for $210,000 for a total of $300,000. So you're going to leverage your cash and an SBA loan to fund the first location. Now, when it comes time for the second location, maybe you decide, hey, listen, I'm going to take a little equity out of my house, $90,000, and I'm going to do a ROPS. So I'm going to use my retirement dollars to invest in the business in a tax compliant way of $210,000 for a total of $300,000. And let's say it comes time to the third location, and you're going to fund that business by using a little bit more of your retirement dollars to the ROPS, $90,000, and you're going to do a conventional loan for $210,000, again, for a total of $300,000. So the answer to your question today is, it takes a capital to invest in a business. There are many different capital sources out there that you can tap when you're looking at investing in a franchise. And the cool thing is that you can use a combination of these sources to fund your business. So with that, we'll talk to you on your next podcast. Thanks so much and have a great day.
Thanks for joining us on the Hire Yourself podcast. Pete's here to help you break free from the corporate rat race, take control of your destiny, and finally live life on your own terms. Whether that's jumping into franchise ownership full-time or starting it as a side hustle. If this episode resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a fellow frustrated executive, and leave a review to let us know your thoughts. Ready to start building your bridge to freedom? Visit hireyourself.com for resources, insights, and a clear path forward. Until next time, take charge, build your future, and live life on your own terms.